What's up, world? It's your boy Dez. We back again. Got a couple of regulars here. We got Black Manta and I don't know, Happy Hungry Munchie.
Nah, man, it's Teddy Graham, man. I'm off the clock right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even at work.
That's work.
You know what I'm saying? So right now it's Teddy Graham, the Soto Legends all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Got some other shit going on, but yeah.
Except when he's at work.
Yeah.
Then he's Happy Hungry Munchie.
And then, I'm the pull-up den. I'm still fucking with that. And, shit, Soto Legends, that still work. But shit, that's being vaulted right now. But yeah, I'll be out here.
Yeah, I just work a normal, basic ass job. It's not very flashy. Sorry, I don't have anything else to share.
Be like that.
Yeah, Lee. Better than Splooge the other day, though.
Yeah, I think it was just sitting there.
That was great.
And they got all the shit to say on live me. Just can't even say nothing on man.
Just stared at the audience that's not in the room with us, but that's another story.
That nigga was great, bro. That was immaculate. I don't know what y'all talking about. He added so much.
Yeah.
God, didn't he? So, then we are going to start this off with the current events, starting this new format. So, what current events? Y'all got any current events?
Currently, events?
Yep, that are current. I know I know the sports world ever since this weekend has been really on this Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp split.
See, I don't be paying attention to the sports, man, so I don't know nothing about that.
I mean,
I used to watch. That was my show.
I catch little parts of Undisputed, man. I fuck with both of them, bro. But I kind of knew
we're probably the minority on that one because not a lot of people fuck with Skip, but I rock with Skip.
I've been rocking with Skip since first take, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people don't rock with him because he just is sensationalist on TV, but it's like, that's how he is on TV, bro.
Yeah.
You see him away from the TV set and he's not like fucking wild with the opinions and shit.
He can be abrasive too, but, you know, like you said, that's the character. I rock with it, and Shannon, come on, they say that's Now, I don't agree with him all the time, don't get me wrong, but,
exactly.
You know,
I don't agree with neither of them all the time.
Yeah, but they both do what they do, and they both present it in a way that's, to me, not overboard or that's not even the word I'm looking for. I mean, yeah, crazy would be it. That's a good description.
Skip do be dick riding MJ a little too much, but it's alright.
MJ, Tom Brady, you mean? But on the flip side, you know, you got Shannon and this whole LeBron thing.
I mean, LeBron is that guy though.
K. Jones.
I wouldn't call him a GOAT.
LeBron is definitely his own category of player. I'll say that.
In the current NBA, I'm not gonna say he's the best player in the league now. I definitely can't say that anymore.
No.
But he's still that guy. He still commands probably the most influence in the league. That means something.
They say he's better than 95% of the players active currently.
I would agree with that. Over long stretches, I don't know if he can hold that. But in short bursts at this point, I think so. I think only there's a few true elite players that are better than him in the league right now.
Well, what you think is next for Club Shay Shay?
He gonna keep doing what he's doing. He has built a cachet and reputation now from Undisputed, and he's heavily respected. I mean, this Super Bowl champ. I mean, Shannon Sharp is a badass, bro. When we talking about football, man. He definitely ain't no slouch. This ain't no bum that just got on TV and was popular.
And he played with some of the greats.
Exactly.
John Elway, Terrell Davis.
Exactly, bro.
Goddamn Ray Lewis.
So, he will be fun. His show's gonna be fun. I knew when I heard about the whole controversy with him and Skip, I didn't hear exactly what he said to him. I remember hearing about it. I was like, oh yeah, he finna be gone.
Oh, the blow up?
What happened? He got fired?
No,
they bought him out the contract.
So he got fired?
That's what I said initially, but all the reports are saying that it was mutual and that he asked to leave so he could pursue other...
He was respectfully let go. and that's why they took care of him on the way out and paid him.
So he resigned. They gave him the option to quit.
Yeah,
And he
it's
resigned.
like we want to fire you, but we're not going to fire you.
Yeah, we're respectfully giving you the chance to quit.
Yeah,
Here's some money.
Yeah, Skip did exacerbate things.
I mean, but it sounded like Shannon said some out of line shit, or he overstepped. One of the two.
I mean, he tried not to.
I didn't hear what he said.
But it's just like everything in life. You know, if there's a higher and a lower, eventually the lower grows and needs more room to grow.
Exactly. I mean, he definitely wasn't the guy that started the show with Skip.
No,
At this point,
definitely not. He definitely was able to branch off and be his own.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, man.
Skip's the white dude that's on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He used to play ball too, right?
No.
In college,
Oh.
he scored 0 points or something like that. But that's neither here nor there.
So what's his qualification for even being on
He's a
there?
sports.
Oh, he's a
writer.
journalist. Yeah,
He's a
he's a
sports
sports writer
Oh,
since.
okay. He just
ever.
writes about it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Cool.
Just like most other sportscasters
just
on
like
TV,
Stephen A.
Okay.
or pretty much anybody else you can name, except for like JJ Redick and
I mean, and,
all the current,
it's-
all the
it's-
basketball players from our generation, of course.
I like what I can't remember this nigga's name. Plays for Golden State. Has his podcast too.
Draymond.
I like what Draymond calls it, the new media. All the basketball guys are calling it that. All the athletes and shit, they're calling it the new media. You have all these athletes doing podcasts and going on shows, and they tell you the real shit.
Yeah.
Because like, bro, we play the game, and a lot of us have played at a high level. We know what the fuck we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of that journalistic bias is getting out of it. I love it.
Yeah, who better to ask than motherfuckers that's actually in the shit?
Especially if
Right.
they won rings, championships, shit like that. Oh yeah.
Who better knows the game?
They keep it real.
The games.
They keep it real.
Well, what else is in the news right now?
Shit, I ain't been paying too much attention to the news, man. I think that war between Ukraine and Russia, man, that's just probably fake. It's just propaganda and ways for them to spend more of our tax monies over there.
I think that's a conversation for America or Aliens 3.
Oh yeah. We'll save that one then. Put that on the shelf for now, but yeah. But yeah, I don't really know too much else has been going on, man. I'll be in my own little world.
Well, shoot, let's touch on that. Any new cheesecake cones?
Shit, man, I got all types of flavors I could drop, but when I get to work, I don't be feeling like working. To be honest with you, like I'm so ready to like just quit the system and go off grid.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Especially once I give me some land, man. It's on and popping.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Especially all the stuff, garden stuff we got going on.
Oh yeah, man. That's just therapeutic.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
I already
Man?
knew that shit, man. I didn't get back on it after me and the ex had split until recently.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I remember I started growing shit again. And, but yeah, oh, you passing that? Oh.
You got any more news, Hook?
Shit.
Anything that's interested you that you popped up on your Google, anything like that?
Nah, I don't keep up with the news really. I'm a big on my anime and video games and all that other shit.
Oh,
that
man.
stuff got news too. What you mean?
Well, actually,
Speaking
you know
of-
what? Yeah. Diablo 4 just launched. That's been fucking popping off crazy. People.
Who?
Diablo 4.
Oh, Diablo 4. Okay.
Street Fighter 6 just dropped.
Oh, I heard about
That shit looks wild, man. I'm seeing all kinds of videos. People playing World Tour mode and shit.
New fight system.
Yeah, that shit's pretty loud. I did play a little bit of it.
Oh, for
when
real?
I had a beta. It's dope. It's dope, man.
Okay.
So that's dropping. Capcom's about to have some kind of fucking presentation, I think, tomorrow. So there's probably going to be some Resident Evil 4 news. I'm super stoked about that, because that game, the new Resident Evil 4, is fire.
We get a new Marvel vs. Capcom, ain't we?
Nah, that probably ain't going to happen.
Nah.
As much as I would want it. I want it to happen. They probably not going to.
Man, I started watching Chainsaw Man the other day.
Yeah,
I don't think
Is
Disney.
that right?
Disney
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
film
Yeah, that
Chainsaw
shit
Man.
was fire. Nigga, that shit was fire, man. Ain't nobody telling me about Chainsaw Man, man.
It's
that shit,
wild.
That shit's fire.
And that main character, Denji, is that nigga.
Yeah, man. Like, I could really relate to that man on so many levels.
That nigga said the only thing I'm trying to fight demons for is like to touch some titties.
Yeah,
Man.
I feel that.
And then after he does finally touch some titties, he's like, all right, we gotta
next?
upgrade now.
Hell yeah, this
Next
was
goal.
cool. It was cool, but I'm ready for the next phase of titty touching.
The next step, bro.
Yeah, I've been behind on my anime shit, but yeah, Chainsaw Man, that's definitely a dope one.
I've been watching there's these two new ones. It's what's being called the I think it's the dark something. It's Chainsaw Man, Dead Mount Deathplay, and Hell's Paradise.
I ain't seen the other two, but I've seen
Bruh, those are dope as fuck. If you get a chance, check out both of those. Dead Mount Deathplay, and especially Hell's Paradise, man. That shit is crazy. Niggas get murked like every episode. That shit's great.
No filler episodes or shit?
No.
Okay.
Just hang
That's what I like to hear, man.
all day.
A lot of animes, they'll like have a dry spell and be a whole bunch of filler episodes.
A lot of talking. That's cool. That's cool. Sometimes
It's cool. I like the storyline build up and all that.
Sometimes you want to see hands get
Yeah,
broke.
but yeah, that's what I came for the anime. I want to see niggas getting sliced up by dinosaur alien dudes and
Man,
all types
that's
of
just your genre. That's just that's where you at. That's your
You
sector.
want to see niggas get hands thrown. Like okay, so I was rewatching this anime. It's called How a Realist Hero Saves the Kingdom. It's super political. Like that's almost the entire show is this dude doing political stuff. I love it. It's when I want to be in my storyline. But when I want to see niggas get fucked up. And I don't feel like watching Dragon Ball Z again for the million fucking times.
Yeah, I ain't caught up on Super yet.
I ain't talking about Super.
I tell you about it. You can skip the first 3 arcs. Easy.
Damn.
I'm not talking about Super right now.
Damn. Alright.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, man, I just need to read a manga.
See, Death
But
Note,
Superhero was fire.
Death Note's always
You
been
ain't
my
seen that
favorite,
movie.
one of my favorites.
But,
Oh yeah, that shit's dope.
what y'all think about this whole woke climate? Let's touch on the main topic tonight.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Okay. Being woke.
Like what?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think the word woke done got
Misused.
colonized and gentrified now.
It's appropriated, right?
Yeah, like absolutely, because like niggas started really to get woke behind some shit, so they had to be like, hold on, let's go ahead and demonize this like what we do with everything else.
I saw a great video today. Speaking of that, it was a dude. He was commenting on the fact that we as black people recognize that when you see all the commercials about Black History Month and all this other shit, and Juneteenth and shit, we recognize it for what it is,
Yep.
capitalism.
Yep.
Man,
And then he was like, so why don't everyone else, he's not talking about this community, but everyone else who feels a certain way about the community, when we see all this Pride Month shit, why don't we recognize it for what it is?
Shit, I recognize it.
Capitalism.
Yep.
Because they're doing the same thing to these people now.
Yep.
And he was like, bro, it's so bad with the capitalism. We'll recognize that it is capitalism, and then they'll still try to make money off that, off the outrage.
Like woke had a real meaning behind it, man. I
Yes,
can't
it
remember
did,
who
bro.
who started that woke movement, but it was like back in the '60s or '70s.
Yeah, man, open your third eye, stay woke,
way
pay
before
attention to what's going
that.
on.
Way
bro.
before that.
Yeah, but
We
it was
going
like a
back.
whole
We going
movement.
back at least to Buddha with this thing, man.
Yeah, you know, you paying attention to what's going on. Don't get the veil put over your eyes.
And it's taking the red pill, not the blue pill. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
beyond that, man. It's being woke to the ground of reality, man.
But as
In
far
other
as
words, truth, like the truth, the fact that is, men can't have babies. Biological men can't have babies.
No, we could make them, but we can't.
And that's the fun part, boy.
Yeah, you know
I
what
don't know
I'm
who
saying?
giving that, but who
Like, everybody
giving
has
that
their
up?
roles. Everybody has their roles in nature. You know what I'm saying? And right now they're trying to do way too much, man, because they're on some chess shit, man. Because they doing this to do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they just trying to blur the lines, like just like how they took the word woke and like try to make it like the left wing, right wing type shit. Like it's not a political thing. It's a being. It's a state of mind type shit. It's like being able to recognize the truth for what it is and not sleepwalking through this world. Nigga, you woke. You're not sitting back constantly hitting the snooze button, nigga. Like you're seeing injustices happen, like with these kids and shit getting kidnapped by the government and all types of shit, man. It's like being woke to shit like that.
Like even if speaking on that, even if you can't do something, say something about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like even like the food in our grocery stores, like all the shit, the chemicals and pesticides in our fruits and vegetables. And
Bro, I seen something. My homegirl shared it. It was about Simply. I love Simply Orange.
Man,
I seen that video. I was so upset.
Look at something I was Simply. Hold on. Listen.
Like this.
They are currently.
You tell me the oranges ain't simple?
Nah, no, they're not.
They're not simple oranges and apples
simply
and lemons.
poison, fam.
Bro, right now they're like I think one of the top companies that use heavy pesticides.
Heavy pesticides. Like when you drink that shit,
and not like
10%.
not like shit that like once it gets processed it's gone. Like stuff that stays in the fucking beverage, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that they use, the chemical they use, and this shit can stay in your body for prolonged periods of time.
That's
Wild. All types of cancers and heart disease. Like that's why that's why America's #1 in heart disease, the cancers, and like all types of shit, man. Because of what they feed us and shit they put in our water, all types of shit. And that's part of being woke, like just knowing what that shit is and like just being aware. You know what I'm saying?
Like, touching on that right there.
Yeah.
I'm listening to I know I've been saying it a lot lately. Jordan Peterson podcast because he talks to a lot of people who are in different fields and ranges and stuff. Right. And what they found was that the food pyramid we grew up with.
Oh yeah, that's just a lie.
It was created in order to sell
Meat,
certain food groups.
Meat, dairy, and like that's the same shit that's giving like breast cancer, like all types of cancers lead back to like dairy products. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the food that they give us is full of carcinogens.
Which is why it never made sense that beans and peanuts wasn't on the pyramid. Like I eat beans. Where do you put beans on the pyramid, Mrs. So and so?
Like
bro,
anything.
Once I started, that was one of the things. Like even as a kid, man, because you know my pops was in the military, and so like I got exposed to a lot of this foreign food style. Because like he'd go to a Korean joint and buy stuff. And as you get older, you start to look into those cultures and what the people regularly eat, and you see a lot in Asian cultures. They eat a lot of fish, they eat a lot of rice. I'm like, you get told constantly, don't eat all this rice, don't eat all this rice. Too many carbs. I'm like, bro, we got people that eat this shit every day. Just work. They're doing physical labor, but they're working and they're healthy.
Yep. But like a lot of our food is banned in other countries. You know what I'm saying? Our McDonald's in America is not going to be the same McDonald's in China. Or India, like, and they get, like, even in their grocery stores, like, a bag of our Cheetos is completely different than their shit.
You see the ones that come from across the border, man, they got a completely different name, but that sure looks like Chestnut Cheetah to me.
Yeah, but it'd be completely different ingredients. Yeah, that's why a lot of our shit is banned, nigga. And that's, like, another part of being woke. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I seen that list.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. I seen a clip dude was sharing. He went to a KFC in Japan. I couldn't believe it.
Nigga,
that was the ungreasiest bucket of KFC I've seen in my life, bro.
Yeah.
Literally no oil on any of the cellophane wrapper. Shit looked crunchy.
Healthy.
Melty. The fucking meat didn't look dry.
Air fry this shit.
Yeah, that shit look good.
And this is an old ass video. I saw this shit like 10 years ago.
Like, even air fryers.
When you said Japan? I mean, they probably had air fryers since like 1985, man. What you mean?
Like, even like our school lunches, like, are like completely healthy. Like, if anything, our food pyramid, the most biggest portion of that should have been like fruits and vegetables for us.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the smallest shits on there.
It was.
But
it would have been, but I mean, how many fruits and vegetables are native to America?
Shit, I couldn't tell you.
Native? Shit, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know what we do grow here.
Yeah, I know what can grow, but what's native?
To it.
Yeah.
Think about the history books when they came. They imported tobacco. That should tell you a lot right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, As far as I know, when we say the history books, as far as I know, the things that grew here, and that's mostly like coming
Bran blocks was their breakfast.
See, even saying history books like that, nigga.
You don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah.
But I was. But
if the victors are the ones who are writing the history,
if we go by the,
I'm pretty sure they're not going to write themselves
I'm just saying,
starving.
If we go by the information that we are being told, and I know this is just from the southern part of the United States, a lot of corn, a lot of wheat,
Cotton.
processing cotton you use, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the most biggest industries of America.
Hemp.
Wheat. We were actually the number one producer of wheat in the world.
You said hemp?
Before we stopped using it here in the country, hemp was a big
hemp
industry.
ropes.
Before they demonized that shit.
It was British that taxed the hemp, wasn't it?
I'm talking about once the U.S. was established, we regularly used hemp up until I believe the 30s.
Man, they was putting.
And what happened was when they wanted to attack black people,
They lobbied hemp in.
they lobbied hemp and marijuana
You know,
because
Started byproduct.
the war against drugs.
So
Which has done absolutely.
once those things became illegal, and then they pinned it on, well, black people do this stuff, and that's why you shouldn't do it.
You know,
So yeah, hemp and marijuana got worked together.
that's part of being woke. Like just knowing that whole history of why weed is illegal in America. Like that's like knowing that history.
Because
That's part of being
and a
woke.
big part of that is because the best weed isn't grown here.
And then we had the 60s.
Yeah.
And then the 60s happened, and then we had the big drug thing because opioids made it to the United States.
By whose hand?
The government.
I'm not going to speak on that one.
Okay, so that's different.
That's going to be for Americans versus or aliens.
Hold on. In the 60s, the opioids were brought here by cartels. That's in the 60s.
Which ones? Which opioids?
I'm talking about like heroin and cocaine.
But you probably talking about the government cartels.
Hold on, they grow heroin in
Heroin is just a byproduct of the cocaine, bro.
So they used to
I
put,
thought it was on a separate plant.
they used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola.
It's synthetic things you add to it to make it become heroin.
Damn.
Anyway,
Learn something new every day. That's why we did these podcasts is here.
but some of that was the government, CIA,
Yeah.
because they
Good
wanted
jobs.
they were fucking robbing the cartels,
In the Blicks.
and that's how they were using that money to fund the Cold War. Because the CIA needed funds, and they had to get stuff off the books because the government couldn't pay for everything, and they would have big operations. So where do we get the money from? We're gonna rob the cartels. We're gonna help fucking bring drugs to the country. Good job.
And then lock people up behind it in them private prison
Scapegoats.
systems.
Scapegoats.
More money, more money, more money.
Now you're talking about the '80s, which I think you were referring to.
Oh, you're talking about the crack epidemic.
Follow the money.
Reagan putting money into low-income neighborhoods to destabilize them, which ended up backfiring because guess who uses cocaine? People who have money, because back then it was a designer drug. It was expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that were using it, these low-income neighborhoods, are in huge city centers. So what ended up happening, you got people who are having these high-end jobs, working crazy hours. They need to stay awake. And they're partying all the time because there was so much fucking money in the 80s.
So they started to go to sleep in the 80s.
Mentally, yes. Physically, no.
They was on it.
Niggas wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, you don't go to sleep when you're high on cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So I've heard.
Yeah, Rick James tell you, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But yeah, you can think, and that's why I will never have any respect for Ronald Reagan. I hate how people fucking prop him up like he's this great president. I'm like, bro, we went through a almost depression while he was in office. What are you talking about? Reaganomics fucked the country up.
Trickle down.
This nigga almost fucked our economy up.
Almost.
He brought crack to low income neighborhoods, was ended up
I
going
can't-
into high income
I can't think
neighborhoods.
of a good president that I've seen that actually made a difference.
We haven't had a decent.
Well, there are a
president-
few.
We haven't had a decent president since the 40s.
Yeah.
Roosevelt.
No.
Since Roosevelt. I'm talking about that's done real good for the country.
Yeah, Roosevelt was
Since
decent.
Roosevelt.
When you look at him When you look at historically, now granted, I wasn't alive during the time that he was, but when you look at what he accomplished and got done, not only for the country, well, not only for but for his era,
Yeah.
for his time, but for everybody and for what he can foresee through time. Even though this guy's an outright racist. He did not like black people, but he understood that they were a part of America and he needed them to succeed as one country. That's being a fucking man. Fuck what you talking about.
I can at least respect it. Hell, I can respect racists if they're straight up and upfront about it. He said, I can at least respect you.
Right.
I don't like you.
Because you're standing on your ground.
Like shit,
This is sweet
everybody's
motherfuckers.
raised different, and like not only that, like they might only see the black people that they see on TV, and then you look how they portray us on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, or World Star Hip Hop or Facebook. Like only shit
Or
you really
or-
see
or-
is niggas fighting
or-
or stealing.
Or
Real quick.
I have a friend who has traumas that they have had to deal with because they grew up in a rough neighborhood, predominantly black people,
Yeah.
and they were not. And even now, they carry some of that with them.
Yeah.
And it'd be funny sometimes to hear this person speak about stuff, and it's like, I hear a little bit of that bias in you. You're not just calling straight out, Uncle Ruckus out here,
Yeah.
but you can hear some of that bias.
But yeah, it really
Stuff
just
comes
depends on the climate of niggas that you around though. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But there's certain white people that like only see that one group of niggas that they like been portrayed in movies and TV shows.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right now, bro.
Or just like you got your niggas that only see racist white people, not you know what I'm saying?
That's
That's just two sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Two sides of the same coin, man.
So like yeah, like they just might not know what you know and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They different life experiences.
My question is, when do we come from shows, and I've asked this a lot, when do we come from shows like Family Matters, Fresh Prince,
Oh yeah, in the '90s, nigga, they just heard that shit.
Cosby Show to Power,
Now, as much as
Empire. Now,
Hold on.
granted,
go ahead.
Granted, they may be good shows. I haven't
Speak
particularly
on it.
watched either one of them. I'm not hating on any of the actors or producers or anybody that works on the shows. It's just that why does it seem that we're able to produce more for these companies through our drama and traumas than our positive outlook?
So you're asking why we don't have the positive messages like we did in the 90s. Okay. So
Look at the flip side. They brought back Roseanne.
Yeah. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna give you this. So in the 90s, especially the early 90s, when most of those shows were starting,
Yeah.
number one, in rap, there was a whole big fucking change. We were getting away from all the gangster shit from the late 80s and mid 80s, and there was a big Afrocentric movement.
I mean, Care Bears was big.
I'm just saying, there was a big Afrocentric movement in rap.
Yeah.
You got the Queen Latifahs, you had Rakim going his run, you had people like De La, Black Sheep, Tribe, very leaders of the new school, very positive messages being put out by these groups.
Through the record labels, by the way.
Yes,
Through the record labels.
so there was a market for it.
Mm.
So all those shows started getting made because there was a market for it. Not to mention you had influential black entertainers that had a lot of friends at these networks that they had made in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Quincy Jones is one of them. That's how we got Fresh Prince. He knows fucking everybody. At the time, Bill Cosby was still trying to fucking buy a network.
So NBC, right?
Yeah, he had a lot of influence and cachet at NBC.
Why they always like with them big ass actors right before they do something big like that? They always
That's
villainize and shit.
a lot of people don't even
Because they
realize
kept
that
tabs.
about
They keep
Cosby.
tabs. They keep tabs the whole
Oh, they
career.
kept all his receipts.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was wild and fuck out.
yeah.
Do I think he raped all the women? I don't. And
Nah.
he slept with it. Probably slept with all of them.
Think about it, man. In that time area,
I was
60s, 50s?
I was pointing this out to people.
That was in the 50s, 60s, right?
No, 70s.
70s.
Bill Cosby was just a stand-up comedian in the 70s. He was not a TV star or
Yeah.
movie star. He'd only done a little bit of acting. It was mostly in black films.
But that's in the 70s.
In the 70s. Now, this is the point I always make to people.
Alright, go ahead.
If he had actually raped all these white women, and this was in the 70s,
would've
when
been-
he was not nearly the monolith he is now.
He was at Emmett Till.
I was
Off
pointing
top.
that out to people. I'm like, bro,
Off top.
he wasn't beloved in America like that till the
Off top.
80s.
Yeah.
They could have got rid of this nigga a long time ago. I promise you.
The whole town would have came and lynched him, and that would have been it, and then everybody would have been cool with it, cause that's happened repeatedly.
And he was out west?
Yeah, come on,
They could
man.
have got rid of this dude.
Come on.
So when people are like, "Oh, he raped all of them," no, he
No.
didn't. I guarantee you, is exactly what was in the case, and that's why he ended up getting off.
Quaaludes.
Everybody was doing drugs. It was the
Everybody.
60s and 70s,
Yeah. Nigga, that's the hippie area.
and all those women knew who he was. Bill
Yep.
Cosby, you're famous. I want to fuck you. Fuck out of here, bro.
I don't believe none of that shit, man. But in that time frame, he was trying to buy NBC.
In the 80s, and then
Just like
when the
Prince.
Kisses
But
came.
hold on, that
Just
goes
like
back to the
Prince.
whole woke.
Alright.
That goes,
But
look, that goes back to the whole woke thing.
Let me finish my point
No,
about
no,
the
no.
first thing I was saying.
Let me just interject on that point, though.
No,
that
because
goes
then I'm
to
going to lose track. Let
Oh,
me finish my point.
go ahead.
So back to the point of capitalizing those positive messages. That's why we got all those shows.
Right.
And that's why that was a push for that. But then, what happened?
But that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I have to interject right here.
Hold on, let me get to your point about power and stuff like that. In the mid-90s, what happened? East Coast, West Coast rap beef. Now, let's capitalize on this violence. So then we started getting more of the cop shows, and more of the gang stuff again, and it's never turned back from that.
Music,
Right.
all that.
But that's what I'm saying. That brings me to my point. Everybody's woke though.
No,
Nah.
they're not.
Can't be.
They're
Can't
not.
be.
That's what I'm
Everybody
saying.
want peace?
They polluted the word. They're trying to make it. They trying to pollute it because they don't want motherfuckers to really be woke.
Man,
That's what it
Peace.
is.
And the worst part is, they got people looking like, is there people within, and just gonna say the fucking LGBT community, are there people that misrepresent that community, that do all this wild shit and push this narrative and make the group as a whole look bad? Yes.
Absolutely. Like, why else would they be pushing their sexual orientation on like the world? Like, okay, good for you. You want to cut your meat off and be with the opposite sex or same sex.
Cool.
Like, cool, do that, but don't put it in our faces. Like, I don't care what you do behind closed door or what you got going on with your private parts or what you want to be and claim yourself, think you are. Like, okay, cool, but don't go promote that shit to the kids and like put that shit in every movie and TV show. Like, it's cool, but like, go on with it.
But that's what I'm talking about. The stuff like that, if you talk to a regular Joe Schmo on the street, bro, they're not gonna be in your face like that. They're not. But you're getting presented this on TV, so you think everybody acts like that. They don't. They do not act like that.
it's almost like who are the actors?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They using these shits like as
Weaponizing
pieces
it, bro.
as
And
chess.
it's dividing the country because on some woke shit, third eye shit, we can't keep the black and white narrative up.
Yeah.
What do we see all the time? What do we see? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You see people of every fucking background. Niggas is making little dance videos. What's that news reporter? The guy used to be a
the
news
white
reporter,
dude.
the white dude, always
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
Always dancing with the brothers and everything in the videos, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga got crazy footwork and everything, man.
Yeah.
You doing this thing. You can't push that narrative anymore. Everybody fucks with each other.
Yeah.
So how do we find a new narrative to create a new division in the country?
Follow the money.
Oh, everyone is gay or lesbian or trans or whatever now. That's where the money's at now. Let's put them against everyone else. This
Yeah.
is easy.
Like, give them a whole month. Like, man, my birthday month too. Like, come on, man. It's like we get Father's Day in this month. Like, y'all can even did that shit for Mother's Day.
Fathers.
Yeah.
What role do we play in today's society?
Man, it's tough out here for fathers, bro. It's always been tough, man. So you see, whenever Father's Day come around,
the fathers are trying to be present. Let's
man, the whole stigma on black fathers is always.
Oh
been
no,
a
that's
lie.
always been false.
That shit's always
Yeah.
been
But
bullshit.
there's always been trash dads out there. And all
Oh,
that.
absolutely. That's in every race, and that's just like even in the Bible.
Man.
Yes, yes, there is. Trash motherfuckers in the Bible. Yes.
Yeah, like the Bible's full of trash ass dads.
Trash ass people in general. Jesus.
Right?
Yeah,
Golly.
real shit.
But yeah, man, it's just you constantly getting bombarded with negative messages, and that divides people. When people start to develop biases and stigmas and all this other shit, and like you said earlier, no, people aren't getting life experiences. You're experiencing the world from your phone.
Yep.
You
Or
think you
TV,
know everything.
Yep.
But you're not going out and living life and actually meeting people and actually conversing with people, having conversations.
But a lot of that shit.
And
comes
if
from
you
fear.
are, and even if you are, sometimes you're only seeing surface level shit from people
Yeah.
because you're too drunk, you're too high, you're too fucking into self-absorbed into what you got going on. Well, any number of fucking things.
But like a lot of that shit derives from fear, though. You know what I'm saying? Like people fear what they don't understand.
That too.
So
A lot of times they don't understand themselves.
yeah.
I've talked to a lot of
that's
people.
Even more.
Yeah,
I've talked to a lot of people. One thing that lets me know people are running from themselves, I ask them one simple question. Meditate. Close your eyes and just think about nothing. I don't want to do it.
See,
Why are you fighting so hard against something so simple?
yeah. Meditation, that's a
Hell,
necessity.
one of the simplest things, and this is something I always fucking, I preach this to everybody when I talk to them, I have conversations with them, especially when it comes to relationship shit. Bro, how hard is it to just be honest as much as possible?
For real, like
And with anything, friendships, relationships,
Hey.
just being acquaintance with someone, just be straight up. How hard is that? I see motherfuckers every day that it's fucking impossible for them.
I'll tell you what it is.
Honesty is like one of the most key ingredients for like any type of relationship,
Anything.
whether it's friendship,
Business.
sexual relationship, business relationship, a friendship, like any type of ship. You need honesty. Like honesty is like number one, and like yeah.
So in that vein, the truth would be powerful, right?
Yeah, the truth is powerful. That's why they out here spreading lies the way they do, and keeping people divided the way they do. Because if people came together, they would see who the real demons are and the real sham of the whole system, the whole monster in the machine that motherfuckers is constantly feeding. They wake up and feed every day. Like, yeah, that's why they keep motherfuckers alarmed. That's the whole aim of the modern day government. You know what I'm saying? Is to keep the populace at a state of alarm.
Yeah, high level anxiety.
Yeah.
I say all the time, man. People be like, "You don't watch the news?" No. Like, what do I need to watch the news for?
It's nothing but bad news.
Even that. If it's not happen, if it can't affect me directly, why do I need to see that?
Yeah.
Well, this can it? What you're about to talk to me about, is it going to actually affect my personal life, my day-to-day grind? No.
If anything, it's gonna affect your vibe and your energy, and that's gonna affect your life and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not that I don't have concern for all these things that are going on, but I don't need to see it every day, bro.
I feel it. I feel it. Ain't nothing but bad news on the news.
Yeah.
Only time I see the news is when I open up Twitter and I look at my news.
And I think when
and
it
that's a
started
separate
happening,
fucking tab.
Yeah.
I think when America's Funniest Home Videos went off the air is when the news just started going
Man,
just dark.
there's
Why
so
I used to watch
much
the
good. There's
TV show
actually
so
good
much.
news out there, but they don't promote shit like that. Like there's all types of shit being invented. Like there was that dude that created a engine that ran off of water again,
Nice.
and he's dead now. That there was another dude, or there was what was that shooting at the grocery store that got live streamed. Do you remember that? It happened last year. There was a mass shooting at a grocery store, and dude live.
Was it New York?
No, it was like in I wanna say
Carolina?
maybe Texas, maybe. I don't know. It was somewhere, but it was like in a black neighborhood, and the dude that created another engine that ran off of water was coincidentally in the store with the dude that
Yeah, I
live
do
streamed
remember
shit
that.
on
Yeah, I remember
Twitch.
that. Yeah.
And they killed that man.
It's crazy.
And like three other
Coincidentally.
people. And like
Yeah, 3 other people, and they live streamed that shit. So man, that was a hit. Like real shit. Like a lot of that shit that be going on. And that's another part of being woke. Like seeing that shit in the news and they have this narrative behind it. And you're like, nah, just like that dude, that cop
You know what? Speaking of the energy thing, that's why those guys working on that fusion reactor. I think they're like in Sweden or some Dutch country or some shit like that.
That Stranger Things shit.
Yeah, it's got the water room and the shit. It's crazy.
Hadron colliders and shit.
Bro, I remember hearing about this. I'm like, I'm so glad these guys are in some fucking relatively neutral fucking country in the world, bro. Because if these dudes were doing this shit in like America or China or something, they fucking get close to fucking finding a solution to this energy source and get off.
Man, shit, it probably happened in their country too.
It might, yeah.
Like, nigga, that lease is everywhere. It's sprinkled everywhere, nigga. It's a club. It's a whole clique of them niggas. It's a club, nigga. That falls into being woke too. Like, some of the woke movies is like The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? They Live. If you haven't seen They Live, you need to see that shit.
clips.
That's from the 80s.
The first Matrix, anyway.
Yeah,
That last one was kinda rough.
Yeah, that shit.
But he didn't want to. Well, she didn't want to do the movie. The other brother, now sister, didn't want to do the movie.
Did you know that the motherfucker that originally made The Matrix was a black woman?
The actual the story?
And the Terminator.
I know about Terminator.
And The Matrix is like before the Terminator, or it might be after, one or two. But the Terminator is like the prelude to the Matrix, or vice versa. Yeah.
Sound about right.
Think about it, because Terminator is the robots, and then the Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I could see that being a thing. I mean, the whole thing, story of the Matrix is the world end up getting completely destroyed.
And become robotic, and the humans being
The better source.
Yep.
Since the skies have been blackened.
Yep.
Which, that is crazy to think of. Like,
It's not far-fetched.
The atmosphere gets so fucked that we have no sunlight.
Shit, AI, nigga, it's on the way.
It's not so far-fetched now.
Artificial intelligence, man, they out here doing some shit. Man, they out here with they cloning, the clones and shit. They got cloning factories, man. You don't believe in the cloning shit?
Not particularly.
How do you not believe in that shit, man? Bill Clinton came out in the 90s and was talking about that shit. He's like, man, I got that video on my phone somewhere, but
It's gonna happen. You're gonna see.
He was
You're
talking
gonna
about-
see replicants being a real thing. Blade Runner will come out everywhere.
it's already a thing, nigga. They've been doing that shit with celebrities and shit, man. Trying to tell you, man. Like, Bill Clinton came out here, like, he was saying something about, like, motherfuckers cloning and it's, like, against, like, federal law and shit, and that the government won't be spending money on that shit. But what I really heard is the government's going to be down to spend money on that shit, but off the books. You know what I'm saying?
Sound about right.
Yeah. Like, just like everything else they be doing, man. They put a lot of that shit in movies. Like the nanotechnology shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy once that becomes a regular thing, man.
Shit, they're trying to recreate the mammoth. The woolly mammoth.
They've been talking about that for
That's
years.
cloning, nigga. You don't remember the 90s when they cloned that sheep?
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
One that didn't last.
Like, that is crazy to me. I'm like, why would you want to clone a woolly mammoth?
Yeah, come on.
I always just want to see what it, bro. These things like
Jurassic Park, nigga.
yes, it's not the size of an elephant. It's far larger.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I guess that rather than a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
elephants alone fuck up people. What happened?
You know what I'm saying?
The one last year where an elephant came and killed this lady, showed up to her funeral, trampled that motherfucker, went outside,
Disrespect the
and was like,
coffee.
"Woo!" And then the whole squad came and ran, sat her whole house in.
They say elephant never forgets.
Yeah.
Bro, they're like incredibly intelligent creatures.
Yeah, man. I
They
was
can
When I
recognize-
heard that story, I was like, bro, it showed up at her funeral. Took out the coffin, disrespected the whole
nigga
funeral.
tossed her around, stomped on her, nigga, trampled her, nigga.
One of the only animals that can recognize their reflection in the mirror.
Who?
Elephants.
Really? I don't believe that. Who's to say that shit?
I watched a documentary where they did
Who's
that.
to say that shit, though? How do we know?
They literally put a mirror in front of the fucking
We don't know
elephant.
that shit.
I mean,
But we don't know it either.
Exactly.
there are signs.
There's unknown unknowns. There's no unknowns. There's known unknown unknowns.
No, no.
Hell yeah, like,
unknowns.
who's to tell?
Unknown.
Who's to tell us what animals really like experience? You know what I'm
Did-
saying? When
hey,
motherfuckers can't even
Now,
tell
hold
how
on,
to
hold on.
say
Did
it.
you see that? Did you see the video with the orangutan putting on the dude's sports coat?
Nah, I didn't.
I seen this shit on IG the other day. They're like at this little zoo, and the orangutan goes up to the dude. He starts unzipping his jacket, and the dude, his homeboy's fucking like, take it off, and he takes it off. Orangutan takes the jacket, inside out, and he's trying to fuck with it. And then he puts it on smooth as fuck, bro. Yeah. And he's just sitting there. It's inside out, chilling with the sports jacket on.
See? Like, animals are way smarter, man. I think I seen on, America's Got Talent, a chicken playing the piano, nigga. I'm talking about a regular chicken playing the piano. I'm like, damn, nigga, we fry you. We barbecue you, nigga. And they out here playing pianos, man.
It's Rockadoodle.
That's crazy. Hey, Rockadoodle's my shit, man. That shit was a classic.
That's
that
like,
first 5 minutes when he Rockadoodle, nigga, that nigga ate that hoe. That was my shit. Yeah, yeah.
Boy went through some shit in that movie.
We are at time, folks.
Are we already?
Yup.
How about quick?
Okay.
Man, don't it always?
Yeah, what's your recap, man? Yeah, they done gentrified and hijacked the word woke, trying to water it down.
And rainbows.
Yeah, man, it's bullshit, man. But if you woke, if you know what woke is, then stay woke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay woke. That's still a real
they
thing.
They been creeping.
They gonna find you.
Yep. As long as you're sleeping.
Man.
Huh.
Yeah, we childish.
But I am trying to be on some Gambino shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Real shit.
So again, it's your boy Dez. You can find me on YouTube at space boy with an I space Dez. We got the Line Warrior on Facebook, Comic Lieber 85, I believe, on Instagram. What else we got?
Go ahead.
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Zevious versus Black Mana, or conversely, you can type in the hashtag #VRetroGamingDojo.
Yeah, I like that conversely powder.
You can find me on Twitter, IG, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Searching that hashtag.
Man, alright, shit. I ain't got all that cool shit.
No,
shit. Just add Teddy Grams 254. Shit, I be on TikTok, man. You can check out my TikTok. I be TikToking now. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I'm off the clock, so I ain't gonna mention HappyHungryMunchies.net, where we, you can get your gourmet cheesecake waffle cone. Yeah. Soaked up legends for life. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Hold it down.
All the time.
Yeah.
Get the drops. Y'all be good. We out.